Welcome to our show For Art's Sake. In this show, we'll have the opportunity to introduce you to local musicians, craft people, writers, all types of artists from the local area. So we're very excited today to have with us a great musician, Mr. David Alan Rivera. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you so much. So we've been hearing about your music, has been very exciting. I've had the pleasure to hear some of your songs, and I know you're working on a new project. So tell us more about it.
New project, yes. It's under my name, DAR, David Alan Rivera, and the Rebel Monks. It's a Latin pop rock album. After coming from the fusion side of things, taking 5 years off, reinventing myself, picking up the guitar, singing, putting the Latin music into the more contemporary rock, American music, fusion both Latin and American. That's the style we're coming.
So this is the fusion, American, Latino, the clave?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The clave is used in all Latin music, you know, from salsa, Afro-Cuban, even bolero styles. So that's what I'm using for playing rock and roll, singing, approaching it more as a percussionist, which I am a professional percussionist for the last 20 years. The way I approach guitar is kind of like a percussion instrument and singing. So that's the new flavor I'm giving to good old rock and roll.
Very
music.
good.
Yeah.
And I know your name is DAR and the Rebel Monks. Now, talk to us about the name. Where does it come from, and why Rebel and Monks? I'm curious to know.
We're rebel because we don't like to follow tradition. We respect the tradition, but we want to change it. And monks because everybody is that I usually play with are masters on their craft. So it's like a bunch of masters being a little rebel and creating new things.
Nice.
Which they're not new things, they're old things, but new flavors.
Wow, sounds interesting. And I know that you have a song that is soon to release, Mujer de Fuego.
Actually, today it went out and it's gonna be in all the digital places like Apple, iTunes, Amazon, Google, a bunch of them, Napster, Pandora, iHeartRadio. So that should be out in a week or so. So the first song is called Mujer de Fuego, which we're gonna show a little.
Woman on Fire?
Woman on Fire, yeah.
And where does the name come from, or what was your inspiration behind it?
Inspiration was when I first met my wife years ago in a local place in Old San Juan. She's feisty, kind of like fire. So I was thinking about that moment, and that's how that song was born.
Good.
So let's see it.
So I believe you have a video. You recorded in Puerto Rico, Salinas.
I did. I recorded in Salinas. It's an old sugarcane.
Aguirre.
With two great musicians, friend of mine, which I known for over 15 years when we played, and they all masters on the craft. We united in Puerto Rico, and we decided to do a live session.
Well,
so
it's a great video. So this is a live session. Let's have a look.
Como amas su huella que como First taste of you, me arrebaté. Well, look at you, me vuelve loco. The way you flirt with me, that drives me insane. Hey, you and I hasta el amanecer. Caricia. You and I hasta el amanecer. Acariciar. First look I took, me enchulé. First taste of you, me arrebaté. The way you move, me vuelve loco. The way you flirt with me, that drives me insane. You and I hasta el amanecer. Caricia. You and I hasta el amanecer. Cariciar. Muerde fuego.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It reminded me, that's definitely rock and roll.
Definitely rock and roll. Good old rock and roll.
Wow, very good, very good. It's promising. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Thank you.
And what about, I believe you're working on a second single as well?
Yes.
Uno Solo Yo Soy?
Yeah, Uno Solo Yo Soy, which that's more of a spiritual song, even though the style is more Caribbean because it's got reggae with rock and funk involved. But it is a spiritual song, actually. It's in English, Uno Solo Yo Soy is one I am, which that for me is the higher power's name, I am, which we all are one. So that's how that came. That song came in a meditating state, and the lyric just started flowing that way, and I started writing without even paying attention, just letting the pen go, and that's what that number is. But it's a fun number because we all united, and it's all about fun.
And what are you looking to achieve on the audience? What is the impact that you want to have
Feel
with
good.
your music?
Feel good. Just simple, feel good, have fun, enjoy life. Life is simple. We make it complicated.
And the musicians that were playing with you, they're from Puerto Rico?
In this...
In the live video?
Yeah, in the live video, they're both Ruby Martinez, who is excellent drummer. He had played with Daddy Yankee. He had played in Madison Square Garden a bunch of times. Prince Royce. Danny, which I played, and he plays with Siete, which is an artist, singer-songwriter from Puerto Rico, which won the Grammy twice. So these are well-played musicians, and it's like when we go visit and go in Puerto Rico, we always unite because we have that bond of just sharing and kind of like healing through music, and that's basically in the stage of my life. That's what I want to do. You know, it's got to have a meaning. Other than that, it's why do it?
Yeah, sure. And I believe you brought us a video from Uno Solo Yo Soy.
Uno Solo, Megan Aguirre, with Danny Martinez and Ruby Martinez.
Okay, so let's see it.
Enjoy it.
One love, solo un amor. One love, solo un amor. One love, solo un amor. One love, lleno de compasión. Si somos tú y yo, hechos a imagen y semejanzas del amor. Si somos tú y yo, hechos a imagen y semejanzas del amor. Te espero desde el amanecer hasta el ocaso, tomas el timón y dirige todos mis pasos como un padre que dirige a su hijo al éxito total y supremo, coronado en el amor. Así somos tú y yo, hechos a imagen y semejanzas del amor. Así somos tú y yo, hechos a imagen y semejanzas del amor. Elevación, elevation is a higher love. Para ti, para mí, that comfort so high, that makes you fly so high to the sky. Today is the time, today is the glory, the love that conquers all. One love, one unity, one path, one truth, one love. One love, one unity, one path, one truth, one love. One love, one unity, one path, one truth, one love.
Truly inspiring. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you. Good.
And David, I've seen your journey. You were a percussionist, then you took the guitar, then you've gone to singing with the guitar, and I've seen your, your growth as an artist. So, what takes you to go into more of a deeper, layered music?
Great question. Every instrument that I played is a form for me to communicate. Communicate, however you want to define that, and express myself. So when I pick up an instrument, it's like an obsession. It's like an obsession of mastering it, so I can have more language to get to each soul or to grow. And for me, it's life. It's all about learning. It's about finding that simplicity in you, which is not that simple either, but pursuing the journey. And yes, everything starts from the drums for me. So that's a powerful instrument. Any drums, if you play with it with intention. You do heal, you do move energy, and any instrument is the same thing. It's not doing all kind of scales. I love technical players too. I learn from them, but they don't touch me. But if you find a guy that is dancing behind the drum set and every hit means something, that's the kind of person I want to learn from. And even guitar player or Eric Clapton is not a really technical player, but for me, hits one note, he got me. B.B. King, the same thing. So keeping it simple and learning, keep learning. We're never gonna stop learning, So
your influences, you would say, have a lot to do with the way you're playing right now.
definitely,
You've gone through, a journey of discovery with different musicians, and there's some that have really created in you that sense of, you know, going into the more deeper, you know, creation process.
Definitely, definitely. As a matter of fact, today I was talking to a good friend of mine, drummer, which he has been my teacher, he doesn't even know, called Victor Campbell. He's from Milwaukee. I met him in Puerto Rico. And this guy is a monster in the instrument. He doesn't even think so. But the passion, every time you talk to him, it's just he leaves you with this energy about music, about the importance of playing an instrument, and it keeps you off the street, and you unite, and you can feed off of that energy, and I love that. I love surrounding myself with that type of artist, and it could be any type of artist, painter or sculptor, or whatever. If he's got passion, he's got me, and that's what I want to do with my music.
And I know that in your music you've been collaborating with someone that has had also a big influence in this project.
Oh yeah, definitely. Vic Rosario from Springfield, Massachusetts. He's a monster. He's a monster in the studio. He's a great songwriter, arranger. He does. He's producing the album with me, actually. Most of the numbers we have recorded it. I've done most of the instruments. He done a lot of bass and guitars. So this is a whole year of just two musicians that want to create, locking themselves in the studio once a week. He driving an hour and a half home, being there for 6 hours, and creating and just letting things go and learning. And this is what this project is all about, really.
And it transpires, it comes through, because hearing the songs, you know, from the lyrics to the music, it is very, very, you know, is uplifting. You want to dance, you want to, you know, you want to sing.
Well, that's the purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's that other song that I love, Quiero abrazarte y nunca dejarte ir.
Really special song to me.
Okay, I know you have a great story to tell us about that song, but let us first go into a clip of the song, and then we can talk more about it.
Quiero abrazarte y nunca dejarte ir. El olor de tu piel, el calor de tu aliento, tu corazón y el mío, latiendo juntos productos del amor. Amárrate a mis brazos y déjate cobijar. Nunca jamás te lastimarán. La vida cruel como puede parecer, en mis brazos desaparecerá todo dolor y solo rosas y paraíso respirará. El amor nuestro traspasará vientos y mareas. Déjate llevar y sentirás amor. Alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito suavecito. Paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito y vente conmigo. Alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito suavecito, paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito y vente conmigo. Oh. Como un jugador que apuesta todas sus fichas al juego, con fe de llevárselo todo. Así yo creo y suelto todo mi interior al viento de de tu corazón, va a volar libre en tu amor. Alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito, suavecito, paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito. Vente conmigo, alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito, suavecito, paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito y vente conmigo. Alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito, suavecito, allá y paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito y vente conmigo. Alza la mano, menea lado a lado, tira tu pasito, suavecito, paso a pasito, bien pegadito, se siente bonito y vente conmigo. Aquí acurrucadito, aquí acurrucadito, aquí acurrucadito. Oh. Déjate llevar, déjate llevar, déjate llevar, déjate llevar, déjate llevar, déjate llevar, déjate llevar.
I love all three of them.
Thank you.
That one is by far the one that I love the most. And I know there's a story behind it, and I want you to tell us because it's like a love story, but I know there's a different meaning to it.
Yeah, definitely it's a love story. It's about, I was thinking about when I used to put my kid to sleep. Since he was a little baby, he fell asleep in my belly. So that's how that song developed. It's a conversation that I used to have with him, even when he was a baby, where all the, things I would tell him, talking to an adult, just talking to him and the smell of his skin and all that, and that's what I try to put in writing in that song. And yeah, it's really dear. Sometimes it's hard for me to, when I'm playing live, I'm getting the feeling, and I gotta hold back because I'm gonna let it go in the middle of it and go to sleep. I'm gonna go to cry. But yeah, that's the kind of music I want to do. Music that touches and that is real, it's organic. At least it's organic for me. So if it's organic for me, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah. Would you say that becoming a father has changed your musical journey?
It have given me meaning, more meaning of doing the right thing and really give it 100. Seeing, always keeping my eye on the target, which is to get to where I need to get to. Because I'm not only alone, my wife, I have my kids, and it's serious business to me.
And what's next in the journey of David Allen, DAR, and the Rebel Monks?
Well, focusing on playing locally, but mainly more going back to Puerto Rico to some festivals, South America and Spain. That's the focus of more of a Latino pop rock. But here, starting from home, from here, that's where it's at. And I'm fortunate to know a lot of great musicians locally, and just enjoying the journey, and just spreading the good vibes around.
What would you say is you want it to be your legacy, or the message that you want to convey through all your songs? If you were to summarize them on a sentence or a statement, what would it be?
Love. Follow love. in all you do, in your relationship, in your work. Put love and passion. Enjoy life.
Yeah.
Create that joy, that energy, and that's basically it. I want you to come to my show and feel happy. Come out of there, wow, I'll feel great. Well, let me get to my instrument, let me just start playing or whatever. That's what I want.
And that guitar solo that you did on the last song, Quiero abrazarte y nunca dejarte ir, is
Simple, but
it's simple but very, very touching.
yeah, every note meant something. It was more the way I approach my guitar playing. It's more of a dialogue. Even when I'm improvising, I'm thinking about a chorus or a melody, and I just try to make it happen, come to my fingers from my heart, and just every note's got to mean something for me, and that's what I'm discovering about what really ticks me and about music now creating. It's just that every note is meaningful. Even every silence that the song has is even more empowering for me. Like I try to find silence in my music and create more silence, and that's it.
And I know you collaborate with many musicians, and you'll be collaborating with local musicians. So who would be?
Local for
Yes.
Connecticut area. Well, I play a lot with Lawrence V. White, excellent bass player, producer. Vic Rosario, which is from Springfield, New York area. I play with Isaac Muntz. I play with a lot of them. Sometimes it's
Percussionist
hard.
Nelson.
Nelson Bello,
Bello,
from Hartford,
yes.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Excellent percussionist, which I love very much. And yeah, just a lot of great artists.
Awesome. So it's been a pleasure, David, to have you here. All the time when I know about a new project that you're in, when you're playing with some other bands or you're doing your own projects, it's just great. Everything that comes out of you is made with so much love and intention. And, I just wish you the best. I know it's going to be a success, these 3 songs and the ones that are coming after, because I know you're working on other...
Well, we have now like 12 songs, but we're gonna just throw out an EP, which is with 5 songs. This first 3 is starting. We finishing the last 2, doing little finishing touches, which I have Isaac Muntz doing the drums for that one. And actually, Fuego was a good friend of mine that was from Rocky Hill, who lives in LA, and he plays very well. But now,
Yes.
I'm gonna thank you for having me over.
It's been great.
It's been awesome.
It's been great. I know it's not going to be the last time. So for art's sake, stay tuned. We'll be having more programs for you, bringing you our local talent,